Ladies and gentlemen, right now, in the very first moments of your day, you have the power to shape your entire future. Imagine waking up with purpose, with energy, ready to crush your goals and conquer your dreams. What if I told you that the life you desire begins before you even get out of bed? The truth is, success isn't about waiting for the right moment. It's about seizing the moment you're in. Are you ready to take control, to make today the day you take action and move closer to the life you were meant to live? Stay with me, because today, we're unlocking the secret to turning every morning into a launch pad for your greatness. And ladies and gentlemen, the moment you open your eyes in the morning, you are given a choice that will shape the next hours of your life, the next day, the next week, and eventually your future. That moment between sleep and wakefulness is where the power to transform your life lies. But so many of us let that moment slip away, wasting it on hesitation, doubt, or a mindless scroll through social media. Stop for a moment and realize this. Before you get out of bed, you have the power to set the tone for everything that comes next. And now you may be wondering, what makes this moment so crucial? Well, think about it. Your mind is like a sponge when you wake up. The first thoughts you entertain, the first feelings you allow to stir inside you will stick with you. The first decisions you make are powerful, far more powerful than you may think. Imagine your thoughts like a garden. What you plant in the morning will grow throughout the day. Are you planting seeds of greatness or weeds of mediocrity? And think about it. Your day doesn't start when you leave the bed. It starts the moment you begin to stir. That's your opportunity to decide who you want to be and what you want to accomplish. Are you waking up with purpose, with excitement for the possibilities of the day, or are you simply letting the day happen to you? And it's easy to fall into a routine. Wake up, check your phone, hit snooze, rush through your morning. But let me ask you, is that really living, or is it just surviving? Don't let your mornings dictate your mood and energy for the rest of the day. You are the creator of your reality. You have a choice in every moment, even before your feet hit the ground. And what if you could start every day with power? What if instead of letting the day unfold on autopilot, you woke up with intention? The first thing you need to do is take control of your mind. You are not your thoughts, but you do have the power to choose them. Before you get out of bed, before your day has a chance to dictate your mood, make a decision. Decide how you're going to show up. Will you choose gratitude? Will you choose ambition? Will you choose to make today the day you move closer to your dreams? And gratitude is a game changer. The simple act of being thankful in the morning before anything else happens shifts your mindset. It opens your heart and allows you to focus on the good, the things you've already achieved, the people you love. In just a few seconds, you can transform the energy of your entire day. But you have to make it a habit. You have to wake up with a sense of appreciation for everything you have, because when you do, you'll start to notice more of it. Your mind will look for opportunities, solutions, and success instead of problems, obstacles, and failure. And now let's talk about your energy. Energy is everything. It's the fuel that powers you through your day. The moment you wake up, you can decide to bring your energy to life. Don't let the world drag you through the day like a zombie. You are a powerhouse, but only if you choose to activate that power. Start by taking deep breaths, stretching your body, even visualizing your success for the day. Your body responds to your thoughts. If you wake up slouched with your head down, you'll instantly feel the weight of the world on your shoulders. But if you wake up tall, confident, and ready, you'll feel an entirely different kind of energy. And now let's talk about action. Nothing happens without action. It's not enough to think about your goals, to dream about them, or even to feel good about them. You have to take action. But action starts before you even get out of bed. The moment you wake up, think about your goal. Think about one thing you can do today that will get you one step closer to that goal. It might be something small, something simple, but it's a step. And when you take that first step, you create momentum. Momentum is the key to long-term success. So before you get out of bed, decide on your first step for the day and let that be your fuel for everything that comes after. And it's also important to remember that life is full of challenges. We all face them. But the secret is not in avoiding obstacles, it's in how we face them. The attitude you take when you wake up will determine how you approach those challenges. Will you let them defeat you, or will you rise up and meet them with resilience? Your mindset, the thoughts you allow yourself to have in the morning, will carry you through every challenge, every roadblock. If you wake up with the belief that you are unstoppable, you'll approach everything that comes your way with confidence. But if you wake up with doubt and fear, you will create more of that in your day. And here's the thing, success doesn't happen overnight. It's a series of small, consistent actions that compound over time. But those actions start before you even leave the bed. The way you start your day is the foundation for your success, and it's something you have control over. So take a moment right now and ask yourself, how do I want to feel today? What do I want to accomplish? What is one thing I can do to make today the best day of my life? And before you get out of bed, remember that you are not a passive participant in your life. You are the driver, you are in charge, and the moment you wake up, you have an opportunity to create a day that serves your dreams, your purpose, and your highest potential. So take that moment, claim your power, and get ready to make today count, because today is the only day that truly matters. And the way you start it will determine the way you finish it. And the world is waiting for you to show up, but it's up to you to decide how you will show up. Will you be powerful? Will you be determined? Will you take charge of your day before you even get out of bed? The choice is yours, and it starts now. And the most powerful thing you can do every day is to consciously choose your thoughts and emotions. The truth is, your life is a result of your choices. And the first and most important choice is how you respond to the world when you wake up. The power is in your hands right at that moment. You don't need to wait for the right circumstances to feel good, to feel ready, or to feel successful. You can create that feeling right now in this very moment. The decision you make in those first few seconds before your feet even touch the floor will determine the energy you bring to the rest of your day. And think about this. You are a creator. Your mind, your body, your emotions, these are all tools you can use to shape your destiny. But they only work for you if you take control. This is why that first moment of awareness when you stir from sleep is so critical. You get to decide whether to step into the day with power or to let the day drag you along without a sense of direction. Too many people waste this precious time allowing their minds to wander to worry, to doubt, to fear, and then they wonder why they feel tired, lost, or unfulfilled as the day goes on. But you can be different. You can choose to rise above that. And when you wake up, do you see the day ahead of you as a set of endless opportunities, or do you look at it as another series of challenges you'll have to endure? The difference between success and failure often comes down to how you perceive and respond to what's in front of you. If you see obstacles, challenges, and hurdles everywhere, guess what? That's exactly what you'll find. But if you see opportunities, if you see room for growth, for advancement, for learning, your mind will automatically start to look for ways to make that a reality. What you focus on expands. So when you wake up, focus on the possibilities, not the problems. And now I know that life doesn't always go according to plan. There are going to be days when things don't seem to go your way. But here's the secret. Life is 10% what happens to you and 90% how you respond. How you respond is entirely in your control. Your circumstances may be out of your hands, but your response to those circumstances is entirely yours to command. So before you get out of bed, remind yourself that no matter what today brings, you are capable of handling it. You are resilient. You are strong. You are equipped to overcome whatever challenges lie ahead. And it all begins with that decision to wake up with purpose. And the power of your morning routine is not in the routine itself, but in your intention. If you wake up just to get through the day, you're setting yourself up for mediocrity. But if you wake up with a clear intention to make today count, to make every moment matter, you are on the path to greatness. Intention is what transforms routine into ritual. Ritual is what fuels extraordinary results. So ask yourself, what is my intention for today? What do I want to accomplish? What kind of person do I want to be? The answers to those questions will guide your actions and decisions all day long. And when you have clear intentions, the universe has a way of aligning to help you bring them to life. And it's also important to realize that life doesn't give you what you want. It gives you what you believe you deserve. If you wake up with a sense of entitlement, thinking that life owes you something, you are setting yourself up for disappointment. But if you wake up with gratitude, with the belief that you are worthy of success, worthy of joy, worthy of all the good things life has to offer, then you're opening the door to endless possibilities. Your beliefs shape your reality, and your reality is the sum total of the thoughts, beliefs, and actions you choose every single day. So before you get out of bed, believe in your worth. Believe that you deserve success, love, abundance, and happiness, because you do. And let's talk about the power of focus. Most people are distracted. They wake up, and instead of focusing on their goals, they let their minds wander to everything else. The noise, the stress, the obligations, the drama. And that's why so many people feel like they're not getting anywhere, like they're stuck in a cycle of never-ending busyness. But when you wake up with focus, you eliminate the distractions and start your day with clarity. Clarity gives you purpose. Purpose gives you drive, and drive gives you results. So before you get out of bed, take a moment to get clear on what you want. Focus your mind on your goals, your dreams, and the steps you need to take to get there. When you do this, you're setting yourself up for a powerful, productive day. And the energy you bring into your day is contagious. If you wake up feeling tired, unmotivated, or defeated, that energy will spill over into every task you take on, every conversation you have, every person you interact with. But if you wake up with energy, with excitement, with a zest for life, that energy will infect everyone around you. People will feel your passion, your enthusiasm, your drive, and that energy creates momentum. Momentum is what pushes you forward when the going gets tough. It's what keeps you going even when things don't seem to be working. So before you get out of bed, create energy within yourself. Tap into that inner source of power and bring it into the world, because the world needs that energy. The world needs you to show up with your full potential. And one of the biggest lies people tell themselves is that they'll start working on their dreams later. They tell themselves they're too busy, too tired, or that the timing isn't right. But the truth is, there will never be a perfect time to start. There will never be a moment when all the stars align. The only time you have is now, and the best time to start is before you get out of bed. The moment you wake up, remind yourself that today is the day to move forward. You don't need to wait for tomorrow. You don't need to wait for a better opportunity. You have everything you need right now, so take action. Start small if you need to, but start. Even a small step forward is better than staying where you are. And in fact, taking that first step is often the hardest. The fear of failure, the fear of not being good enough, the fear of the unknown, all of these things can hold you back. But you can't let fear control your life. Fear is nothing more than an illusion, a product of your mind. The truth is, when you take action despite your fears, you break the chains that are holding you back, and you realize that fear was never as powerful as you thought. So before you get out of bed, choose courage over fear. Decide that today you will take a step toward your dreams, no matter how small, because every step you take brings you closer to the life you've always wanted. And remember, your life is a reflection of your mindset, what you believe. Be about yourself, about the world, and about your future will manifest in your actions and your reality. So before you get out of bed, choose to believe in your own greatness. Choose to believe that you have the power to create the life you desire. You are capable of so much more than you think. And the first step toward that greatness begins the moment you open your eyes in the morning. Choose to rise above the ordinary. Choose to show up with purpose, with energy, and with belief in your own potential, because today is the day you make it happen. And the most powerful people in the world aren't the ones with the loudest voices or the most resources. They're the ones who have mastered the art of showing up every day without fail, no matter what. They understand that greatness doesn't happen by accident. It's the result of consistent, intentional action. And that's something you can do too. You have the ability to shape your own life, to design your own destiny, and to transform your mornings into the foundation of your success. But it all begins with a decision. The moment you wake up, you must decide, who am I going to be today? What will I achieve today? What kind of energy am I going to bring into the world today? Will I rise to the occasion and tackle my goals, or will I allow life to drag me along? The choice is yours. And then here's something most people don't understand. Success doesn't require perfection. It requires persistence. Too many people hold back because they feel like they're not ready, like they don't know enough, or like they don't have what it takes. But let me tell you, the only thing holding you back is your fear of making mistakes. The truth is, every successful person you look up to failed countless times before they succeeded. They didn't wait until everything was perfect. They just started. And that's the most important thing you can do today. Start. Don't wait for tomorrow. Don't wait for the right time. Don't wait until you have all the answers. Just begin. You will learn along the way, and with every step, you'll get closer to your dreams. But beginning requires courage. It requires a willingness to step into the unknown, to face the discomfort of uncertainty. And that discomfort is where growth happens. The more you challenge yourself, the more you push your limits, the stronger you become. Growth isn't comfortable. It's not supposed to be. If you're comfortable, you're not growing. If you're not uncomfortable, you're not pushing yourself enough. But you don't need to be afraid of discomfort. Embrace it, because it's a sign that you're moving forward, that you're getting closer to something greater. It's a sign that you're evolving. And now one of the most important things you need to understand is that your thoughts have the power to shape your reality. If you wake up thinking that today is going to be just like yesterday, guess what? It will be. But if you wake up with a new mindset, one that says today's going to be different, today's the day I take control of my life, then that's exactly what will happen. Your thoughts are like seeds, and the more you plant thoughts of possibility, the more likely it is that your life will start reflecting those thoughts. If you keep telling yourself that you can't do something, you'll start to believe it. But if you tell yourself that you are capable, that you are powerful, and that you are destined for greatness, you will start to act like it. And the truth is, the only limits you have are the ones you impose on yourself. Your potential is limitless, and the only thing standing between where you are now and where you want to be is your belief in yourself. You have everything you need inside of you to create the life you desire, but you have to be willing to unlock that potential. You have to be willing to believe the sucks. That you are enough, that you are worthy, and that you have what it takes. And now let's talk about taking massive action. It's one thing to have a vision, to set goals, and to talk about what you want. But it's another thing entirely to take action on those goals. Action is what separates those who dream from those who achieve. Without action, all the plans, all the desires, and all the wishes in the world are meaningless. But action is powerful. Action is what makes things happen. So before you get out of bed, think about the one thing you can do today to move closer to your goals. It doesn't have to be a big thing. It can be small, but it has to be significant. It has to be something that propels you forward. And when you take that action, you'll start to build momentum. Momentum is everything. Once you start moving, it's easier to keep moving. The hardest part is always the beginning. But once you get going, it becomes easier and easier. And the more action you take, the more confident you become. Confidence isn't something you're born with. It's something you build. You build it by taking action. Every time you take a step toward your goals, no matter how small, you prove to yourself that you are capable. And that's what breeds confidence, doing things you didn't think you could do and proving to yourself that you are more powerful than you realize. But here's the thing, your goals don't care about your feelings. They don't care if you're tired, if you're scared, or if you're having a bad day. The only thing your goals care about is that you show up and take consistent action. So don't wait for motivation to come knocking on your door. Motivation is a feeling, and feelings are unreliable. What you need is discipline. Discipline is what gets you out of bed when you don't feel like it. Discipline is what keeps you moving when you want to quit. Discipline is what separates the dreamers from the doers. And you can build discipline by showing up every single day, no matter how you feel. The more you do this, the stronger your discipline becomes. And with that discipline, you'll accomplish things you never thought possible. And one of the most common reasons people fail is because they quit too soon. They get discouraged, they hit a roadblock, and they give up. But success doesn't happen overnight. It's the result of persistent effort over time. It's about showing up every day, even when you don't feel like it. And that's where most people go wrong. They expect instant results. But success is a marathon, not a sprint. It takes time and it takes consistency. So when you hit a roadblock, don't give up. Push through. The most successful people are the ones who didn't quit, who kept going when the going got tough. And that's what you have to do too. And remember, success is not a destination. It's a journey. Every step you take toward your goals is a success in itself. Every time you wake up and make the decision to take action, that's a success. Every time you face a challenge and push through it, that's a success. So don't wait for a big moment to celebrate. Celebrate every small victory along the way. Celebrate the fact that you woke up and took control of your life. Celebrate the fact that you are showing up every day, doing the work, and moving forward. And before you get out of bed, set your mind on success. Make the decision to take action, to push through discomfort, and to keep moving forward no matter what. Because when you make that decision, you are taking ownership of your life. You are deciding that your future will not be determined by circumstances, but by your actions. You are the architect of your destiny, and you have the power to create the life you want. Don't waste that power. Use it to shape your world, to build your dreams, and to create a future that excites you. The journey starts now, and it starts with you, so make it count. And the key to sustaining that momentum and achieving your goals is consistency. It's easy to get excited at the start, to feel motivated and inspired to conquer the world. But the real challenge is staying committed to the process day after day, even when you don't feel like it. This is where most people fall short. They begin with enthusiasm, but the fire fades, and eventually they give up. However, those who succeed are the ones who keep showing up, even when they're tired, when things get tough, and when they don't see immediate results. They know that success isn't built in a day. It's built over time through daily effort, even when it feels like no progress is being made. But here's the thing, every small action you take matters. Every time you wake up and take that first step, you are laying the foundation for something greater. Even if you can't see the results right away, trust that you are building momentum, and that momentum will eventually lead to breakthroughs. The small victories, the quiet moments of discipline, those are the moments that will define your success. It's not the big, dramatic moments that change everything. It's the consistent daily actions that compound and create massive results over time. And the journey to success isn't linear. It's not a smooth straight line from where you are to where you want to be. There will be setbacks, failures, and obstacles along the way, But those are not signs that you should give up. They're signs that you're pushing your limits, stretching beyond your comfort zone, and testing your resilience. Every challenge you face is an opportunity to grow stronger, wiser, and more capable. Don't be afraid of failure. Embrace it as a part of the process, because failure is the greatest teacher. It teaches you what doesn't work and helps you refine your approach. It teaches you perseverance and resilience. If you keep going, you will get closer to your goals step by step, no matter how many setbacks you face. And then the beautiful thing about life is that no matter where you are right now, no matter what mistakes you've made or how many times you've fallen short, you have the power to start over at any moment. Each day is a new opportunity to begin again. You don't have to wait for the perfect moment, the perfect circumstances, or the perfect plan. You just have to take action. It doesn't matter how many times you've stumbled in the past. What matters is that you get back up and keep moving forward. It's about progress, not perfection. And progress, no matter how small, is still progress. And that progress compounds over time. Think about it like this. Every time you take a small step toward your goal, even if it feels insignificant, you're one step closer than you were the day before. The key is to focus on the process, not just the outcome. If you can learn to love the journey, to appreciate the small victories and the daily progress, you will find yourself getting closer to your dreams without even realizing it. Success is not just about the destination. It's about who you become along the way. It's about the person you grow into as you pursue your goals, the habits you develop, and the mindset you cultivate. But none of this happens without action. You can't wait for motivation to strike or for the perfect circumstances to fall into place. Motivation comes and goes, but discipline, the ability to show up every day, even when you don't feel like it, that's what will get you to the finish line. It's about making a commitment to yourself and following through no matter what. When you build a habit of taking action, no matter how small, you start to build the muscle of discipline. And the more you practice discipline, the easier it becomes to stay committed to your goals. Discipline becomes the bridge between where you are and where you want to be. It's the secret ingredient that separates those who achieve their dreams from those who only dream. And so before you get out of bed, remind yourself of your commitment to your goals. Remind yourself that today is another opportunity to move closer to the person you want to become, the life you want to create. Don't wait for motivation. Instead, create your own motivation through action. Even if it's just one small step today, take it, and then take another tomorrow. The most important thing is that you don't stop. Keep moving forward, no matter how small the steps seem. Over time, those steps will add up to something incredible. But remember, you're not in this alone. While the journey to success is personal and requires individual effort, the truth is that no one becomes great by themselves. Surround yourself with people who uplift you, who inspire you, who challenge you to be better. Seek out those who will hold you accountable, those who will encourage you when you're feeling down, and those who will celebrate your victories with you. Success is not a solitary endeavor. It's about building a community of people who believe in you just as you believe in yourself. When you surround yourself with positivity and support, you can accomplish anything. You will never have to go through the hard days alone. But be mindful of who you let into your inner circle. Not everyone will support your dreams. Some people will try to bring you down, tell you that your goals are unrealistic, or convince you to settle for less than what you're capable of. Don't let their doubts become your reality. You are capable of more than you can even imagine, and you have the power to silence the negativity around you. Stay focused on your vision, on the life you want to create. Don't let anyone's limitations or fears hold you back. Surround yourself with those who encourage your growth and push you toward your dreams. And then don't forget to take care of yourself along the way. Success isn't just about work and achievement. It's also about well-being. You can't pour from an empty cup. Take time for yourself. Take care of your body, your mind, and your spirit. This isn't a race. It's a marathon. And in order to sustain the energy and the motivation required for the long haul, you must nurture your body and mind. Prioritize rest, exercise, and mental clarity. Invest in your own well-being, because when you feel good, you perform better. When you take care of yourself, you have more energy, more focus, and more drive to achieve your goals. So before you get out of bed, take a moment to appreciate your body, to thank yourself for all that you've accomplished, and to give yourself the rest you need to keep moving forward. And most importantly, keep your eyes on the prize. The road to success is not easy. There will be challenges, setbacks, and days when you feel like giving up. But if you stay focused on your vision, if you remind yourself every day of the life you're working toward, you will find the strength to keep going. You will find the courage to push through the tough times. Success is not for the faint of heart. It's for those who are willing to keep going when the going gets tough, for those who are willing to fight for their dreams no matter what. And so, before you get out of bed today, remember that you are capable, you are strong, and you are worthy of everything you want to achieve. The only thing standing between you and your dreams is the action you take today. So take it. Take that first step and then take another. Keep moving forward, keep pushing, and know that every small step brings you closer to your ultimate goal. Because when you decide to show up and give it your all, here is no limit to what you can achieve. The life you want is within your reach. Now go out there and grab it.